food truck business and life. We invite you along to join Josh and Skippy on this journey. This is Monday Morning Food Truck.
Powered by Riverside.
Good morning, Skippy.
Hi.
My guess is Skippy plugged in his new camera for the first time 5 minutes ago.
Half hour. Half hour. But I can't I wish you could see this. Just fucking talking. Anyway, hi.
Good morning, everybody. What is your problem? Let me help you.
I'm in my settings menu that finally opened after the sixth time, and I can't click on devices or anything. My mouse moves, and there's no little turny thingy, but I can't click on it. It won't open anything. Won't open.
Oh. How old is that computer?
6 maybe. I don't know.
So a dinosaur.
Oh, great. Guess what? It just opened. And of course, it's not even what I'm looking for. So anyway, I just opened the wrong thing.
If you get to the point where that's working.
No, we're here.
This is how we're going to do it? Okay.
I'm here.
Okay. We love Grady Skippy. Actually, it's not that bad on the YouTube stream. So you're less Grady there than you are on my main screen. So we'll take it.
I thought Apple's supposed to be the best thing in the fucking world. On my iPad. Ooh.
Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Monday, January 11th, 2025. It was an interesting weekend. It was...
What date is it?
January 20th, 2025.
I don't know if that's what you just said. I can't remember.
Pretty sure it's what I just said.
I think you just said January 11th.
I said January 20th.
Okay.
Justin is right on top of things this morning.
Of course,
Skippy's live from 2003. The important thing is he has his new camera. He just needs to figure out how to get it to work. So I'm not going to say he had a whole week to figure this out.
I was busy.
Anyways, kind of an interesting a weekend. I think a lot of people are dooming and glooming over today. Probably our last podcast of our lives.
Why would it be our last podcast of our life?
Well, as we enter into the censored state, we probably won't be able to have it anymore.
Did we get censored?
Well, no, but Trump's taking office today.
Oh, yeah.
Justin asked if you needed to swap the cassette.
Not yet.
It's reel to reel, so he's got,
No, I'm actually just recording on an 8-track. Somehow I figured that out, but I couldn't figure this out.
It's impressive. You had 8-track to go to record video.
Yep. Well, figured with the new single technology.
Oh, by the way, this is what I got in the mail. It's probably backwards, but upcoming policy audit from State Farm.
Oh, yeah, probably.
And it's just a little questionnaire.
Sure it is.
No, it's not bad. It's the following is a list of information you'll need to provide the audit vendor. Specific description of your business, actual payroll and other forms of earnings, all subcontractors your business used for the audited period, all states where your employees work during the policy period. That's it. May request financial records to verify audit information. Information will be provided will be kept confidential and used only for the audit purposes. And once the audit is complete, the actual and estimated premium The difference between the actual and estimated will be billed or refunded to you. I'm going to guess it's not a refund for most people.
No.
But hey, here's to hoping.
I don't expect you to receive any refunds.
I found out I might get my full tuition reimbursed by the sounds of the email that I got from ITT Tech.
They're still in business?
No, but the lawsuits are still happening.
Oh, yes.
So I got a portion of my student loans back.
Oh, that's good.
A decent amount, probably like $1,000.
But you're still paying on from
Nope.
1998.
Well, I had been. So yeah, I mean, even like through the pandemic when all that stuff kind of started, they're like, well, you don't have to make payments, but there was no guarantee anything was going to be forgiven. I was like, fuck this. Everything's paused. All the interest and stuff's all paused on that stuff. I'm like, I'm making bigger payments now than I was then, trying to get caught up. So unfortunately, I had majority of my stuff was already taken care of by the time it was settled. I had gotten an email a couple weeks ago saying, do not make more payments. You will be getting a refund on anything remaining and anything paid to date during the period. So, yeah, hopefully I'll be getting a big old check from the U.S. government.
There are a lot of people out there.
So, yeah, that'd be nice.
Good morning, good day, Mr. Hans. I hope this mail finds you or this finds you in good health. I'd like to let you know that enclosed is a check for $6.22.
We've sent the remainder of your balance over to Ukraine to help with their efforts, humanitarian efforts.
Yeah.
So what else happened this week? Oh yeah, the Lions got their asses kicked. So that was embarrassing.
Can I tell you it was bound to happen. Like,
well, I agree.
The worst thing that could have happened, and that was them getting the number 1 seed because they got a week off.
No, I don't. I have mixed feelings on that. I
think it stopped all their momentum.
The Chiefs had a month off, and they seemed to do just
the
fine.
refs in their back pocket.
Yeah, they did. That was the worst officiated game I've ever seen. I don't know that I've ever seen any announcers.
When you got 8 minutes that says something,
yeah,
that's not
it was but the Lions was the last football game I watched this year, and will be the last football game I watched this year probably.
Last night's game was.
I had
news fest in the first 3 quarters, and then
I had going into the Lions game, I had zero feelings. I didn't have feelings of doom. I didn't have good feelings. I wasn't nervous. I was very yeah. They've been playing above their ceiling for a long time. So unfortunately, Jared Goff likes to have all his turnovers in single games.
You don't say.
Yeah.
As I was watching the second, I unfortunately missed the first half, but I was watching the second half. It was like, he threw 5 interceptions against the Texans and still came back or still won.
Yeah, that was not happening in that game.
That JMO interception was absolutely just ridiculous.
That was the only play that I didn't like them doing. So he had room to run. He should have just ran it.
Too many men on the field.
That was most bad.
The 2 things that really hurt. Just hurt.
The pick 6 wasn't great. That was a pretty bad interception.
The broken arm on the first series of the game.
Yeah. Anyways, still support my Lions. They're still my team. I hope we have improvements with defensive coordinator. And hopefully we have an offensive coordinator that still lets them play the way they play. So it'll be nice. It'll be interesting to see what this team looks like next year. So I expect them to not have as big of a drop off as what people are thinking they were going to. So the window is not closed.
They do have a good amount of cap space, so they could bring some players in without having to.
Yeah, I looked at their free agent list. There is not a whole lot there that I'm super excited to re-sign.
Yeah.
So they'll get, so what I heard, and I don't know how this works or why it works this way, but they're going to get compensated draft picks for losing both coordinators. So
which makes it's from the team they go to.
yeah. So that's what I don't know how it works. I don't know what kind of picks they are, but with the front office that we have, I'm confident that they will make get the most value out of those. So yeah, I'd expect somebody on the other side to help Hutch. I would expect some more depth in that back seven, and I would expect some depth for the offensive line because I think we're going to lose one or two guys this year on the offensive line.
I hope so.
They're getting old.
Glasgow, Ragnow.
Glasgow and Ragnow, yeah.
Fuck, even Decker's.
I love all those guys. They're beasts. But yeah, they're getting up there. So
I saw a meme yesterday of Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre. And it said, "Complete the prophecy."
Going back to the Vikings.
Rodgers going to the Vikings. Never happened.
Nope. From what I've heard, it looks like probably the likely landing spot for Johnson is the Raiders, and Aaron Glenn is the Jets.
Why? So why would you ever go to? Why would you either go to a losing team? Like why?
My guess. So from what I heard, Johnson and Brady have some history.
Yes.
They're good friends. I think Brady's going to let him run the team the way he wants to. And I think that's what was most important for Ben Johnson. Not whether or not he's going into a winning situation, but because any team that's looking for a head coach is not the best situation because they just fired everybody.
But this was the largest. What's the best way to say it? The
most firings, yeah.
Most 1 year head coach firings.
Yeah.
Like they were given a year and that was it.
Yeah. I think Ben Johnson's going to get some rope. I think the Raiders have quite a bit of cap space. They have some room. They could end up with some draft capital.
And they probably won't sign Crosby either.
Yeah. So we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. All hope for the Lions as always. So no doom and gloom here. It sucked. It stung. I compared it a lot to the Red Wings when they set the points record for the season, regular season, and then they got, I think, lost in 5 games in the first round of the playoffs that year.
Yeah.
The records are great. They're nice. They're fun. But yeah, it doesn't. I'd rather have a championship and have them only win 11 games in the regular season. Of course, if they would have won 11, they wouldn't have made the playoffs. But yeah, all good things coming. So Skippy, you have huge news for the cafe. Huge.
Oh, I do? Oh, I do.
I thought you did. Don't you?
I do. Yes, we. Sorry, I'm still trying to figure this shit out. I can't. So we successfully passed our health inspection with flying colors of red because I'm in the red. Anyway, the other part of it is I think we are having our soft opening come Friday. We're going to invite people that have spent money with us, caterings, local restaurateurs, maybe 25, 30 people max. And then Saturday will be the grand opening. 11 to 6, open to the public. Probably will have to make a good ton of food. I talked to the girls that were working at the cafe yesterday when I stopped in, and they were like, yeah, we had about 10 people come in and ask if you were open yet. I have Facebook. I'm pretty regular at posting there. So I think today after we get done, I'm going to print out some flyers, put them on the doors so people know. Because they're getting really tired of people coming in asking if we're open and then walking out and not buying anything from them. So, yeah. I've talked to a couple potential employees. That's a big step.
It is a big step.
I figured out pay for what they do. So hopefully we can, probably my first 2 days, I'll probably just use my normal food truck crew and eat the cost. But after that, we'll start making some more permanent additions.
Okay.
And kind of go from there.
Do you care to share what you're thinking for pay?
So I was working on 2 different options. So I want anybody that gets hired to be able to do everything.
Mhm.
I realized that like this year there was one person that I had that on the food truck, the only thing that person knew how to do was take payments. And I paid her the same amount that, a person that could make all the food and, put it all out. And I don't think that was necessarily fair. So I think if they don't want to be trained in food, if they're just going to be out front, 12, 13 bucks an hour, even though, well, probably whatever minimum wage goes up in February or something like that. It's like 12.
Tip minimum wage or just regular minimum wage?
Regular minimum wage goes up to like $12.56 or something like that.
Yeah.
If they work with me only, and they do everything but what I'm doing, then I'll probably give them all the tips that day or however long they work. I've set up Square so I type in some, kind of worked with the whole team app they have.
Mhm.
I've been able to type in all their information and it gives me an idea of what to expect. I went through all my numbers last week about like what to expect in tips so I can talk credibly.
Good.
And it's not necessarily, I'm not really talking too much about food truck right now. It's mainly just this. Once we get to food truck season, we'll talk about it more. I'll always mention it like, hey, there'll be more hours for you if you want them. It's going to be, we've talked to some good people. So we're going to make some decisions here the next week and then hopefully be good to go.
So question then. You said if someone only takes orders and they get paid less than someone that does everything, does that go into the
Correct.
same for someone that's only making food?
No, because I think that's more important.
Well, without someone taking orders, how do they know what to make?
Well, the person can take, you can, as long as you do it.
I'm gonna get you caught here.
Because I think the person that make food could go out front and take orders. Like it's not, I don't think there's takes more skill to make the food than it does to take orders. Take orders is pressing buttons. Ish.
Okay.
I don't know. Everybody might be the same. I don't know. I'm still the whole.
I was just curious.
I was
You
thinking
made
about working on a tip pool where like we combined all the tips at the end of the week and then divide it by the number of hours you worked and that's what you get. But then again, people that don't work the busy days are sharing in busy day tips. So is that fair to the people that are working their ass off? I don't know. Yeah. There's a restaurant in Lansing that does that, and they actually published a document so their customers could see it on like how they pay their employees.
Mm-hmm.
It was interesting how they did it. And then I'm like, oh, you take your credit card fees out of your employees' tips? Oh, okay. And I think it's just the credit card fee times the tip amount. I don't think it's the actual credit card fees for like the whole day. So
just the credit card fees that are associated with the tip portion of the bill.
Correct.
Got it. Yeah. Still.
That's a little bit,
Yeah.
12 to 15 an hour plus tips is where it's going to be.
All right.
I was actually
that sounds good.
Go talk to the culinary kids at the local career center and see if they could get their what's it called? Not internship, but like working hours or credits or something.
Co-op, like a co-op student type thing. Yeah. Job shadowing and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, all stuff that I thought about in the last 4 days that I haven't had time to fucking run it yet.
I'm not going to say I've been trying to get you to think about this for, 6 months, but.
Yeah, let's not. Let's leave it at that.
I'm sure somebody else will mention it.
Put the brakes on a little bit. We did, to celebrate the passing of a health inspection, we did. Aww, puppies. Aww. Tell them it's cold outside, damn it.
They don't care. They love it.
We went to a rib and chicken wing contest.
Oh, hey.
20. Oh, hey, yeah. Competed against 24 other teams, and we were fortunate enough to come out with second place wings, 8th place ribs, and second place overall out of 24.
Nice work.
Got some gas money and paid for the wings and ribs. So, yay. Because it was an hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah. I got back at just after 1 o'clock last night from Indianapolis.
Yeah. I
Good
see
God.
your shirt. You had hit force on the mind.
Yeah, I have not changed yet. I was up at about 6:30 this morning. 6:30. Crawled out of bed and went out and started snow blowing and clearing the driveway.
Did you let us know?
It's still going. It's very blustery over here. We were the projection through tomorrow. Total snowfall for the storm was like up to 15. So
We got a dusting, but right now it feels like negative 15 outside.
yeah, it was. I drove back last night. Pretty much as soon as I hit the South Bend area, it was off and on whiteout conditions. I'm glad I drove back last night because I did not see many cars out, which is nice. But there was a few good stretches where I didn't know where I was on the road. So I was pretty sure I was driving down the middle.
Well, as long as nobody's next to you.
That's right. Yeah, I got nervous when I couldn't see like the little reflectors on the sides of the road.
Yeah.
So you're kind of relying on the rumble strips at that point to keep you centered. But
I'll move up if somebody's coming behind me. But
yeah, and that's what
let's just stay.
I got passed by one car, which surprised me because I was the one usually passing vehicles. I was only going 50 miles an hour for the most part. But yeah, I just hugged the rumble strip and kept my right tires on the rumble strip and let him go by and slowed down to 20, just so I wasn't kicking up snow behind me for him. But
it was amazing watching the two games yesterday and seeing the amount of snow in Philly and then like just a dusting in Buffalo. You'd figure it'd be like totally different. It'd be, Buffalo would get another 12 inches of snow and they'd be playing in whiteout, but Philly.
Yep, school's canceled over here. I think more because of the cold than the snow, but we probably got 2 to 3 inches last night. Last I looked, my phone said felt like -9.
Okay.
Let's see here. It's air temperature right now is 5. Feels like 10 below.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was chilly. Snow blowing the driveway. The wind kept changing directions. So I could never get the chute spitting in the right direction. But yeah, I was pretty icy in the beard when I came back inside. I had to make the decision. I had just enough time for a shower or breakfast, and I chose breakfast. So
I don't blame you.
Wearing the same clothes I put on yesterday morning still. But
yeah. So that's pretty much all we really had was
your menu. I want to talk about your menu at some point.
Oh, talk away. We'll talk away. What do we want to talk about?
You don't do meat by the pound though on your truck, right?
No.
Okay. I was surprised at your prices. Your by the pound prices. They were higher than I expected them to be.
Okay.
You want to walk me through your thought process? Because I think you were 19 for a pound of pork, right?
$9.50 a half pound. Yeah, 19.
Okay. Are you not offering up a pound? So they have to order 2 half pounds?
Yeah, because so the more often here's what I'm trying to do. I've had so many people come up to the food truck and just ask, since we're a sandwich truck, just ask for the sandwich with no bun.
Mm-hmm.
Now, while I'm selling a sandwich, which will be anywhere between a quarter and a third pound for $9.50, I felt a half pound would be give or take that. So how did I go through it? I really didn't. I looked up people on the other websites or other menus on near me.
I love you, Skippy.
Kind of just with it. I'm going to be honest with you.
That's what we're all about here.
Well, I know how much it cost me.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I know pulled pork is probably the more popular thing. Like that's always a typical number one seller because it's easy and people know what to expect.
Mhm.
So I tried to pick that as a kind of a high margin thing. And then knowing that brisket prices are changing, brisket's about $5 a pound now.
Are you doing for
No, like
prime?
it's $5 a pound for choice. Like it jumped heavy.
All right.
Well, $4.49 a pound, something like that. If I can do prime, I will. But I didn't want to raise brisket prices, like sandwich prices. So I raised pork just to kind of offset the cost.
Okay.
I still believe anybody will pay. I think more people will pay that for industry standard. How about that? Why are you doing this? Sorry.
All right. I'll take that. I'll take that logic, Skippy.
Oh, well, thanks.
It just surprised. I for whatever reason, I just didn't expect it to be that high.
So I looked up basically the barbecue restaurants that's in our town. I also looked up a couple other ones, and I looked up for the ones that do it, what's their menu.
Yep.
And so the one that's closest to me just does meat by the pound so their pork shoulder is $18.99 a pound. But their brisket for some reason is so much cheaper. Like it's like $23. And it just, to me, that seems like way too cheap.
Yeah.
And then I looked at another one. We're all kind of in the same market.
I'm showing choice Decaloff 3/4 inch trim by the case at GFS for $435 right now. 465 individuals. So, which is about, I mean, really, that's about where we were all year last year, between 410 and 450. I think it's kind of where we hovered most of the year, unfortunately. Now I would have expected it to drop a little bit through the winter because you usually see lower prices through the winter on brisket. Because the whole supply and demand type of thing. So yeah, as long as it hangs out there, I'm okay. I'm fairly comfortable with our prices. But
So
yeah, hopefully we don't see a big jump.
I just found out that about an hour and 10 minutes away over in Southfield area, Costco built a Costco business center.
Yep.
And so I was looking at their prices, like trying to figure out like where they are. Cause for some reason, like Costco, you can't go to their website and look up prices. You have to like type membership card. You have to do this, that, and the other thing, whatever.
Yeah.
But Costco Business Center, you can. And I mean, they have, so their commodity USDA prime brisket is, I looked up yesterday, I think it was $4.99.
Okay.
And I think it's only, I don't know, I think it'll only go up. I don't think it's going to be, for some reason, I don't know. I can't remember last year if beef was this high. I know pork was higher than where it is right now, but anyway, my menu was more of just trying to keep my sandwich prices as close to the same. I did raise them, I think 50 cents, but I'm also including chips now with them. I realized after my menu board was printed that I completely forgot to add my meals, which we always do. So yeah, but anyway.
Yeah, we're at 27 a pound for brisket selling. I don't think this is right though. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm at
29. Okay, that's right. But yeah, I mean, it's a one of our higher food cost items, though. It's our second highest meat.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, the only thing we're worse on food cost is ribs. But there's not. I mean, not really a whole lot I can do on ribs.
I've been buying ribs from Walmart all year for like $3.15 a pound for St. Louis. I mean, I know full spares right now at Sam's are like $2.28 a pound.
Yeah, why are you getting them singles? Why are you getting them from?
Because it's the same price. I don't have to trim.
Oh, you're getting okay. Never mind. I flipped that in my head, thinking they were fulls. Sorry.
No. But I can go to Restaurant Depot, which is an hour away, and get a case of St. Louis for like $2.88 a
What are we
pound.
doing here?
But it's like I don't want to drive that far. I don't have to.
My TikTok went all weird on me.
The TikTok's
There we
back,
go.
everybody. TikTok's back.
Sounds like they are pricing their pork higher to offset the brisket price, trying to get the brisket shoppers in the door. Yep. And I mean, yeah,
People will still buy it though. I mean, people will still buy pulled pork.
I think you're going to be surprised at the amount that you'll sell by the pound now that you're offering it.
I think so. Yeah. I just asked Bubba, since he does it, he sells by the pound. That's how he rolls. Like what type of containers to use. Because I didn't really want to put like by the pound in styrofoam containers. I don't know why I don't want to. I don't like the look of it. And then I went to a barbecue restaurant and they gave me the Circle Deli containers and put like 8 burn ends in it when I ordered that. So I'm like, I don't want to do that either. So I think I'm going to get the foil, like 2-pound foil boats that have like the cardboard lid that you can roll
Yep.
over.
Oof. What's the
Those
price on
aren't-
those?
Those aren't bad from what I saw. Hold on.
I'm guessing you have to buy the lids and bolts separately, right?
Hold on.
So just make sure you get both pieces in your pricing.
All right, so I can only talk about Webstaurant store. Webstaurant has blah, 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 so 500 of them. Without the lid. So this is without the lid.
Mm-hmm.
So 500 of them for $90.
18 cents.
Okay. The lid, 500 of them for $25. So what's that? 100 and
So you're at 23 cents a container
correct.
versus what do you pay for a clamshell?
A pound is going to be what? Are you doing a 9x9 or 9x6?
So we've changed it last year. So we're doing a 9x6 for a full pound, and then we'll just do a sandwich container for a half pound.
Well, so a half pound is like 10 cents. A 9x6. If you buy them from,
Both those are listed as specialty containers at GFS.
yeah, I know.
At least the 9x6s are.
Yeah, you get 84 of them for like $42. So they're, because that's their case, I believe. Last time I bought them there.
I was showing 50 cents. Hold on, let me look real quick. Not that I don't believe you, but that seems high. Critical items. I got it in my list here. 20 cents a piece for the 9x6s.
Okay.
And the 9x2 by 6.5 by 1.5 inch deep. And the 9x9s are 13 cents a piece.
Yeah.
So the 9x6s aren't, I mean, it's 20 cents. So you're only a couple cents higher on that.
But I think a 2-pound one, I could put either a half or a full in it, and it wouldn't matter a whole heck of a lot.
And the hamburger containers are $7.50 a piece. I'm guessing it's by the sleeve. I don't know why they do that sometimes. It's like, oh, that's very helpful. Thank you.
Well, here's the thing. So looking at Webstaurant store, Only reason I'm looking at that now is the owner of the building is a plus member or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He gets shit shipped all the time, so I just give him money and he'll order it for me.
Bubba says make sure you get the domed lid, not the flat
Plastic?
cardboard.
Plastic one?
I'm assuming it's a plastic lid.
I didn't think about that. Huh. I'm going to find the dumb lid.
Yeah, that'll
Thanks,
That'd
Bubba,
be-
for listening. We missed you at the rib burn, by the way.
that'll make it easier for. Then you could do some ribs in there too, in that little boat. You know, if you cut them down to single bones or something, you could probably get a half rack in there. That gives
Yeah,
you,
so
because you can go a little
overall-
bit above.
Overall dimensions are 8.5 long by 5 3/8 wide.
Wow, that's a big container.
1 5/8 deep.
Yeah, so you could definitely get a half rack in there. You cut it down to
Yeah.
2 bone sections, but you'd
Yeah.
want that domed lid so you can.
I didn't think I'd want plastic though, because it doesn't. But yeah, I mean, I see it.
Yeah.
You get more in it. I mean, it's just because you have a couple little extra space.
You're not going to have that cardboard sucking up the moisture.
It's reflective on the bottom.
Okay. So it shouldn't. Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever. What did Bubba say?
Be sure to get the dome lid.
Oh, okay. I thought you were laughing about that.
No,
Um,
I'm just
Yeah.
here smiling, dude. It's a good day.
yeah, it is a good day. It's
Mhm.
chilly, but a good day.
Today's a good day. All
All
right, cool. Thanks for going through your menu. I appreciate that. I just saw it, and it kind of those couple things stood out to me. So, if you turn out that you're selling a bunch of meat by the pound, are you going to add in a pound at a little bit of a discount?
maybe.
So I think we do 50 cents less than what it would be if you just bought 2 half pounds. That sounds right.
50 cents less?
So yeah, so for you it'd be 18.50 for a full pound versus 19.
Oh, okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So
It-
it's not a huge discount, but it's enough for, well, you know, basically saving money. You're basically paying me to get a pound.
Yeah. I mean, like, just take it. Take it. Just
Yeah.
take it.
Just say it.
I'm basically just giving it to you. So go ahead.
Bubba says it seals very well, the dome lid. So
Yes, I've used them before for something. I can't remember what, but yeah. Okay.
well, cool. Excellent.
Uh,
I have to
FYI.
place a GFS order today.
oh yeah, you got big things going on that you don't even
I
know what the hell to do.
I know it's going to be a very busy week. A very cold, very busy week.
It's like,
It is not the week I would like to be cooking food.
well, like I'm
Outside.
really happy. I'm actually okay that our coldest 2 days are today and tomorrow,
Yeah.
and then it'll be in the 20s when I'm cooking food. Can I tell you something that my health department told me?
Sure.
So, and I know I'm not the only one, either food truck or shop that has a smoker outside the building. Okay.
Okay. Yep.
I have to have a hand washing sink out by my smoker. So then I'm thinking, like, what made me think about, like, okay, it makes sense is your
Mhm.
trailer and the fact that you have a hand washing sink right by your smoker on your porch that you fill with charcoal or whatever, ash.
We don't have to have it.
No, I know. It
Yeah.
made me think about it, like, okay, because I don't have to have it on my trailer either. But why do I have to have it there?
For the restaurant. God,
So
stupid.
because I told him, I said, okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're just going to double up. We're going to double glove. He's like, isn't that going to cost you a lot in gloves? I said, yeah.
a whole
but
lot cheaper than running plumbing out there.
No, he said, this is what you can do. You can run, or you can put a 5-gallon Igloo bucket with a spigot, some soap, but you have to catch the water. It can't drain on the ground.
Right.
I'm like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? So I already had an old 24-inch square stainless steel table. Excuse me. And I brought it, put it out there. It had a shelf at the bottom. I said, here's what we're going to do. We're going to put the gallon here, put the soap next to it, and I'll put the
You got yourself a little comp barbecue old tent setup going.
I'm like, what the fuck? Because my smoker's under an easy up right now. And I'm like, oh boy, this is going to totally look comp style, like old school tent city. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But he said, nope, that's looking perfect. I'm glad you did that. And then, like, he didn't even ask. He's like, how are you getting your... I expect him to ask, how are you getting your meat, your raw meat, to the smoker, and then your cooked meat back in here? Like, how do you plan on doing that? Because I had everything set. So, of course, me being dumb, I told him I was going to do it. I just brought it up. And I got to learn not to just bring shit up and just let him talk. But he was fine with it.
You do not speak unless spoken to.
Yeah. He just said, protect it from the elements, bust tubs with lids, you're fine.
Yeah.
Good. That's what I planned on doing anyway. So
It's exactly what we're going to do.
yep, absolutely. Yep. He's like, this
Everything covered all the time.
He walks in. The owner's like, all I did was stain my little wood shelf that I built for the Dutch door, and the owner of the building's like, oh, he's probably gonna ding you for that because it's a little coarse. You didn't really sand it down. I'm like, I didn't think I fucking had to. Didn't even touch it. Didn't even look at it. Didn't even care. So what fucking plumber needs to come out there today, though. Anyway.
Well,
Anyways,
good. I'm glad that you had.
That's enough with me.
Glad you had a good week. You had a very productive week. So good job, Skippy. Way to go. I also had a semi-productive week. After we did podcast, a little while after that, I went to urgent care just to make sure that my persistent cough was nothing more than that, because I had it for about 2 weeks. I couldn't get rid of it. Ended up I had pneumonia. So
yeah. Sounds like that trailer repair is really working out.
It put a little bit damper on things for a couple days.
How did Josh Hans die? Oh, he was fixing his trailer.
I wish that I had the picture. So Chris was supposed to come, I think Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, it was supposed to be Tuesday, Wednesday. I told him to wait a day so I can get the antibiotics in my system. Wouldn't be as contagious. But I still need to get the trailer floor up and down for us to be able to do the things we needed to do. So yeah, that Monday night I was still out there, and I think that's when I sent you the pictures. And once you start something like that, when it's this cold out, and of course it started to snow a lot and wind. Once you start that, you kind of are committed. So
just do it.
Put a big old hole in the floor. Did find out that it is all screwed to the supports underneath. So that is not a piece that just slides on out and slide in a new one.
Of course, you're going to make new holes new holes in there.
Oh, that thing came out in about 47 billion pieces. As I'm standing on my driveway inside the trailer with a hammer, just freaking getting out every frustration I've ever had with the trailer. Yeah.
$124,000.
Not to mention, I have a hole in the side of the trailer from the water heater. Which way is the wind blowing? Oh yeah, straight in through that effing hole. So
set up just like a wind block.
I tried. I put the cover for that water heater, put it back up with a piece of board sticking up against it. It kind of worked ish.
Except the cover has holes in it.
Yeah. There's not the big box that stops all the wind. So yeah, I got that piece back down for the most part that night. Enough to be able to close it back up. There was only a little bit of snow in there in the morning. Which is what you want as you're about to put down a new floor, is the snow inside. So
yeah, it helps it seal better. I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
it'll swell nicely.
Cover the moisture up and it's all good.
But yeah, so
roof working.
Well, yeah, and all that subflooring was tongue and groove, so it's all friggin'. It was just awful. Yeah, there was a lot of cutting being done and hammering to be done.
Did you get all the screws out?
Yes.
Of the frame.
Yep.
Okay.
So yep, new floor got in. I did an expert job of cutting and measuring where the other holes were, so that all went flawlessly once I got the new piece in.
Proud of
Yeah.
you.
Thank you. Yeah, and then I took the rest of Tuesday
that's all
pretty
put in retroactively as the floor is already in there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, we got I took Tuesday, didn't do pretty much anything, just on my couch trying to get some rest. Because I couldn't I couldn't walk up 4 stairs without losing my breath. So it makes it hard to be productive anyways. Not just because I'm fat.
That's gonna say that's normal.
Not just because I'm fat. So yeah, and then Chris was there Wednesday. We rolled out the floor in the garage and measured everything, cut it, rolled it up, rolled it back out in the trailer, almost went down straight. So yeah.
Nope.
Well, you know, it's hard because
You glossed
you
over
have
the
this thing that's perfectly you have to cut it to the perfect width. And I was like, well, we'll leave a little bit extra. And I mean, it's fine if it rolls up the sides and we can just, it'll be good. It'll be like a big tub. Except for that stuff's not really pliable once you get it down. It doesn't sound like it hugs the corners. So yeah, we got it in. So yeah, you're trying to fit an 8 foot, a quarter inch wide thing in an 8 foot wide container. Yeah, about as seamless as you could have hoped it could have gone. There was zero swearing and yelling. Yeah.
So
if we would have had places to put webcams, we would have had them up. But
that'd
yes,
have
sir.
been not live. Great. Great. You'd have got a lot more viewers. But
I know.
Question. Did
Yes.
you measure the sides?
Yeah.
Wall to wall. Okay.
Yeah, so we had to cut off. So the roll was 8 foot 6 inches, which is the width of the total trailer, but the inside's only 8 foot wide.
So did you cut off 6 inches?
Well, 5 3/4 inches. So we left a little bit of a snug. So we wanted it to be super snug.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did that
Yep.
sneak underneath the wall at all, or like
A little bit, yeah. But the problem is if it doesn't go in perfectly straight, you're fucked. Because it's really hard then to roll it back up because everything's so snug. And yeah, we worked on it for a couple hours. I ended up sending Chris home and walking away from it for a couple hours and then went back out and calmly walked myself through everything and was able to get the floor down that day still.
Did we glue it?
Yep. So there is an almost like a mud adhesive for like tile and stuff that they make for those floors. So I had gotten that. Yeah, we have we rolled it the best we could. There's a couple bubbles. So the new piece of plywood is like a 1/16 of an inch shorter or thinner than the other plywood because it's marine grade. They don't make them in the same width as the other ones. So we have that. There's a little bit of a gap there where there's just some air. So there's a little bubble that moves around a little bit, but it's nothing that's going to be a concern, I don't think, going forward. So
You can always pop it.
yeah, and that's but then we have a hole in a floor that we don't want. It defeats the purpose of the fully sealed. But we could always seal the hole, yes. So we'll see how big of an annoyance is once we start moving equipment in. If wheels get caught on it and stuff, but I don't think it will. I don't think it'll be a problem. Yeah,
Does it need a certain temperature to dry?
and we were there.
Okay.
So it was, yeah, because we have the space heaters inside, but that floor never gets warm. So
No. You guys-
I did some screws around the edge of the trailer just to hold everything to make sure that we're good. So we're not going to have anything roll all the way up. And then I flex seal the shit around the edge. So yeah, I think we're pretty well tight. I think we got most of the previous gaps and holes filled in. Yeah.
Good.
Got the baseboard in the next day. The next day Chris came in. He took apart the cabinet. He got the skin, our green skin off the back sink cabinets. So we have the plywood for that, so we can use that as the template. Cut out, attach.
Were your
that
doors
cabinet
plywood
thing.
too?
No, those were steel doors, like the regular trailer doors.
No,
So
your
just
door,
like-
your cabinet door.
Yeah, it's just like the front door of the trailer.
Really?
So those are perfectly fine.
Wow.
So we pulled those out all in one piece. And after we get the holes in, just slide it back in.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are all stainless or whatever.
Hmm.
So yeah, that whole is not as big of a deal as I doomed and gloomed myself to thinking it was going to be as hard.
Mhm.
So yeah, the only problem with that is that we're in such a temperature range right now that it's going to be very hard to get glue and stuff to put the skin back on. So we're probably gonna have to wait a couple days, or move all that stuff into the trailer and assemble those cabinets, put that skin on inside the trailer where it's warm. Yeah, but we start reassembling this week. I'm gonna have to have a warming cabinet by Saturday, so time to get to work
Mhm.
in the best weather possible.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, we have our tasting this weekend. We sold I think 15 tickets, give or take.
How much a person?
$20, and they get that back if they book. So
What's the menu?
or it gets applied to their total. We're gonna have just about everything we offer on the tasting for our buffet lineup. So
Are you plating or are you buffeting?
buffet, because it's not everybody needs to be here at 10 o'clock. So it's a 2-hour long thing. Come and go as you need to come and go.
So for what you offer, is $20 enough? Or were you hoping?
I'm not looking to cover the cost of the food or anything.
Oh.
The room cost me $500. I'm not looking to make money on this thing. I'm looking to book some stuff, because every winter we lose gigs because we don't offer tastings.
Yeah.
So it's the bookings that are going to pay for everything, not the $20 a person.
I think this year was the first year that I've ever been asked about tastings. So
Yeah.
well, I can't say that. So I mean, people have asked, "Do you do tastings?" I'm like, "Well, if you find our food truck, we'll give you a discount on anything that we serve."
Oh, we don't charge if they come to the truck.
Oh.
So during our summer months, yeah, if we have a bride and groom, we'll give them a sampling of everything. So we'll give them a little bit of brisket pork, a nice little sample platter with some sides. But yeah, we don't charge them unless they come up and want more food. Like, hey, can we get a sandwich or two? It's like, yeah, you're gonna pay for it though.
I had somebody want to test us out, and they bought one of everything.
We've had some people that have spent some pretty good. Like there was one bridal party, so it was the bride, the groom, both sets of parents, maid of honor, and best man. It was like 10 people, and they all came up and got sandwiches, and they ended up not booking with us.
Damn.
Because they went a cheaper route, but they paid for their food, so I mean it doesn't hurt as much. But
yeah, let's talk about that cheaper route. What I talked about with you this week, yesterday.
Yes, I made it safely. It was not awesome roads yesterday. So you guys coming back up today, drive safe. Off and on whiteout conditions all the way up. So starting about South Bend. Sorry, one of the other cheer moms was on TikTok.
Oh, are you a cheer mom?
Huh?
You a cheer mom?
I am. Probably.
Looks like it. Did you win?
One of her teams took 6th out of 10th. They had a rough first day. And her other team took 2nd overall in her category. Missed first by 0.3 of a point. But they nailed their routine both days. So it's one of those where there's some difficulty points and stuff. So
Can you just give her a reserve grand champion trophy?
I could give her. Well, I give her one of mine, but I don't have any.
Yeah, you don't.
For me, it's all in or nothing. Silver Spoon Events and Catering wants to know how many weddings are on the books for 25.
Oh, we can talk about that.
I'm not 100% positive. It's not a ton right now. We have a lot of stuff quoted, which is pretty normal for us. Hold on. I wonder if there's. Let's see here. Let me get to my stuff here. Yeah, I saw. So it was a Saddleback in Lansing.
Yeah,
They had posted kind of like a thank you year in review a couple weeks ago.
yeah. They're the ones that have that tipping policy.
375 catered events
I don't doubt
last
it.
year. Like, God bless America.
They've
But-
expanded. They've got like 3 restaurants, I think, and a pizza place too.
Yeah, so it's a lot easier. Having brick and mortars makes it a whole lot easier to cater more. But
I'm hoping so.
let's see here.
So I have one wedding next month.
I'm at 30 catered events right now for the year. Roughly 12 weddings.
Seems like a lot.
It seems like we got a bunch early this year. And we got one for next year already on the books. So
I have 4 weddings and 7 events or 7 caterings.
nice. I gotta figure out. I can't. Oh, there we go. Ah. Not enough. Yeah, we it seems like we get a lot of later weddings. Typically your like we'll book same season weddings type of thing. Like we'll book fall weddings in May. We had a bunch of those last year. I think we booked 6 weddings after we are already opened for the year. So
Yeah, so yeah, we'll talk about the wedding that is happening next month.
Yeah.
We booked it back in September. They were adamant about basically paying their entire bill. And I was trying to get them to not do that for accounting purposes. So it was like a $3,400 wedding. They said they want their deposit to be, instead of $250, they want their deposit to be $460, so they could pay that part and then just have $3,000 left. And so they decided to pay the whole thing like the next month. I'm like, okay. And I didn't really think anything of it. Like, okay, whatever. So I get a message yesterday or Saturday from, I think it was Saturday from these people.
Mhm.
No, it was yesterday from these people. And they're like, it looks like of the 125, 130 that we thought, all our RSVPs are like less than 80. Will you provide a refund? I'm like, so I text you and I'm like, well, probably should, but like, what's fair? Like, is it fair to just take the difference? Is it fair to maybe just cut it to 100 people and they just get the leftover? You know, I mean, they're going to get leftovers anyway. An exorbitant amount of leftovers. And I decided to refund them basically the difference minus the credit card fees that I got charged for it. And they said they were fine with that.
Yeah.
But it was just, it's like, so you and I got to conversing a little bit about like, not contracts, but like, do you have anything that says, hey, if you pay your bill well in advance and you need to either mess with the menu or mess with the guest count, like, is there anything that you put in place to prevent that's not the word, but like address that situation?
Yep.
You know, and as soon as we talked about that, I got another person that I have a wedding for this September or October, and they just paid the last payment. So I text him because he texted me. I said, consider your menu locked, your guest count locked. I'll reach out later this year for any more details that I might need. He's like, great, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
So I think that's the way to go. It's just make sure that if they do pay and put it, I mean, you can put it in a contract, you can put it in your invoice, you know, whatever it is, that if they decide to pay in full, while we may appreciate it, like everything is locked in, and it is what it is.
You know how I feel about people paying early, especially not even the same month. But
Yeah.
uh,
Wow, I had a record. I had a record February.
we did 20 grand in February.
What the hell? We
I
weren't
didn't
even
even
out
think we
there.
worked. So Silver Spoon Events and Catering, he says they have in the contract. I should say, hey, sorry, it's just my standard for anything. They have in the contract that it's 25% down to book. Menu guest count payment is due 2 weeks before. Yeah, I mean, and
We
that's
have that
kind
too.
of where we are too. But then we've had people ask us if they can pay the whole thing right away. And I don't know if that's because they're worried about spending money.
That's what this
just
guy was. He's like, I got money in the bank that I don't want to spend. Like, I need to get rid of it.
I am terrible with money. Please take it now.
Yeah. Just take it
Otherwise,
out.
I don't know if I'll be able to pay you later.
Yeah, we accept a $250 deposit. Half is due the month before, or 30 days out. The remainder is due day of, day before, however you want to do it. So
yeah. Bubba says, of course, just refund the difference. Which is all great unless you already spent the money. Because you're trying to open a thing like a cafe or something. For us, it's we do a $250 deposit, which is non-refundable. Is kind of how we're going right now. I mean, we had one guy that booked for 2026 and put down a deposit and then canceled. I refunded his just because I'm not scheduling anything else for 2026
I'm not,
right now.
I'm not here to, I'm not here to take your 250 and run with it.
Yeah.
Like if something happens in a year, okay.
But yeah, in our stuff we have it. It's so guest count and menu you can change up to a week ahead of time, and we'll add that in. You pay in full, it locks in unless you go up. You know, you cannot decrease your head count or a smaller menu and get a refund type of thing. So we've never really done, unless they've asked, a formal contract. But I think we're getting close to probably just including that in with everything. So, I got that, and then we had I don't know 10 pre-orders. It's $600 or something like that for this weekend's NFL games. The Lions probably didn't help us out again. Maybe I need to stop doing these because every time I do a pre-order for a game, they lose. It's probably my fault, everybody.
Great job, idiot.
I will stop working and just enjoy the games like everybody else. I mean, not a horrible turnout. $600 is whatever. I was hoping the trailer would be a little bit more assembled by then, but it is what it is. We'll do Super Bowl ordering. Will be live a little bit later today because we've already had people reach out. I thought about canceling it, but I had people reach out to me last week, wanting to know when they could place orders for the February 9th or whatever. So, that'll go live today. Pre-order worked pretty good. It's the first time I've used that through Square. Works pretty good. So,
A webcam work.
Excellent. Are you going to join from that computer while you're joined on your tablet?
No, I was on my Facebook feed. I'm like, let's go. I was going to go live first to see if it would work, and it would work. So we're good. We're good.
Thanks.
Okay.
Sorry, Bubba. I also the games that I've watched while at cheer competitions. I have they have a 1-2 record there, so I didn't have a choice. I got to support my daughter. She will always come first.
And you just don't watch the game. Gosh,
I couldn't do that. I had my lucky shirt on.
lucky.
Which is only a 2-loss shirt this year. So
now a 3?
Nope, 2. I was not wearing it the week 2. So shirt had a pretty good record this year. But yeah, there was 10 people with phones.
Oh yeah.
In her group that were, I mean, and it's funny because everybody's on a little bit different of a delay just based on whenever they can connect. So everybody's at a different spot in the game a little bit.
Yeah.
But they were winning.
I don't know. What you say?
They were winning when I started walking back to the hotel. So, and it was a very different game by the time I got back to the hotel. As I had my noise canceling earbuds in, walking down the streets of Indianapolis, swearing probably very loudly because I couldn't hear myself. Yeah. Anyways,
Okay.
let's talk about our last subject for the day. Social media. We had some things happen this weekend.
Mhm.
As we talked a couple weeks ago, I said I would be surprised, and I will believe it when I see it if TikTok goes away. It went away for less than
did.
24 hours.
Which is weird though. Is this going to stop at midnight?
It
And it
stopped
stopped
early.
at like 6.
It depends. It depends on if you were already logged in, it still worked.
Okay.
So I started to see some people who were like, "Oh, my TikTok stopped working." I saw screenshots. I thought people were just being funny, and I'm still scrolling away on my phone. And
Oh.
I closed out the app on my phone, and as soon as I reopened it, it stopped working.
So
I think as long as you were in and going, you were good.
Yeah, because we all didn't know like whether it was going to keep working, and nobody could post, nobody could do anything.
Well, it's because China or BitDance, I should say China, BitDance said they were shutting the servers off.
Yeah.
So it wasn't us that stopped it; it was them.
Yeah.
They cut the servers off. So at that point, we don't have access. We can't reach their server. So, which is different than what the United States was.
Now you have Republicans and Democrats thanking President Trump, or today he'll be president. Listen, TikTok.
TikTok came back yesterday for most people.
Yes.
Afternoon.
No,
So
I thought I checked it at. No, I did. Yeah, afternoon.
I think it was right around. I think I got back on around 2:00 or something like that. Again, I saw somebody post that TikTok was back up. Same people that were saying all these poor people now have to go get real jobs. Blah 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 blah. Which I still have not got an answer from Anthony. I said, "What do you constitute as a real job?" And that's what I said. Can you please define for me what you think a real job is?
Well,
and he replies back, "I think you're smart enough to know what a real job is." I said, "Maybe I'm not because I consider content creation a real job," and then I have not got a response back, which doesn't
what's
surprise
the
me.
difference between somebody in marketing and a content creator? Nothing.
Or somebody in entertainment. It's entertainment. These people are entertainers. We're entertainers. We're not making a whole lot of money, but
So I found out. So I did a little bit more research. We were the second country to outright ban TikTok. India was number 1. Most every other country that's taken a stand against TikTok has only been for government supplied phones, not personal use. So if you work for a contractor, defense contractor, or DOD, whatever, you can't have TikTok on your phone, but you can have it on your private phone. That's the only thing I've ever seen.
So naturally, it was the scramble for everybody last week. Well, okay, what's the replacement? Blah 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 blah, and oh no, what are we going to do? And there are a lot of other things that you can watch videos on. They're not the same. There is a reason TikTok is as successful as it is. A part of it is their algorithm. I think it's just the way the app is set up that makes the scrolling so seamless and easy. That Instagram Reels is not the same. Facebook Reels is not the same. YouTube Shorts is not the same. So TikTok really has something going. I'm glad that they're back. Kind of. Now I have to maintain focus there. But yeah, I mean, it allowed me or forced me to go look to see what else is newish in the social media market. There's a lot of bad stuff out there that I hope none of that stuff catches on. Blue Sky, I think, is probably the best of those right now, and it's still not for me. It's a lot of text. It's a text mixed with photos and video, but you have to upload your videos. You can't do them from there. It's just not as. And TikTok's fun. It's fun to do the videos, and CapCut is part of that, and with the templates and the filters and stuff. But there's a new one coming out. It's in beta right now. I'm on the Discord server. in the beta group, hoping to get an early invite, called Neptune.
What is a Discord server?
Think of it kind of like Reddit.
Oh.
Kind of.
I see it all the time. I'm like, what the hell is it?
So you have to be a member of that Discord group in order to be part of the beta for Neptune. I'm interested to see what this thing looks like. They have some lofty goals. So, but it's supposed to launch in the spring.
Do you have romper room going on over there?
There's no school. So
Right.
kids are on phones with friends and
I know.
It's
Just
nonstop FaceTime calls while they're playing games with those friends.
oh, I know. That's so weird.
And it's like kids don't understand that with a phone, you don't have to yell for the other people to hear you. Like you don't have to get your voice to carry to another town.
They know they can just put on a headset, right? And then play the game together. And no.
I've tried. It's great when the two of them are in the same game playing with their friends. So we get all this same noise amplified out of two phones with both of them at very low. This is why Andrew watches TV with subtitles.
Oh, my Lord. Yeah.
It's just too much noise. So yeah, looks like I think TikTok's gonna be around. But I think it brings up
The ban is still there.
Yes.
It's just been suspended right now. The ban has not gone away.
Correct.
It's just been suspended. Part of
what
Biden
left for Trump to deal with.
Yes. Which was smart to do so. I mean, it just
nothing was going to get solved before he left office.
Did you see the video of Trump's new for president photo and like where all the presidential photos are? What it looks like?
No.
It literally looks like a mugshot, but it looks like a stoic mugshot. Like
it would have been hilarious if someone as a joke would have put his mugshot up there.
Like it looks like he's like the Don of a crime family mugshot. Like it just needs to be in black and white, and it would be a perfect. Yeah. I'm like, hey, he's running a crime family. It's okay.
So I think for me, social media is used in a multitude of different ways. Obviously, for the social aspect, for me, I use Facebook for marketing. But I think while TikTok can be used that way for marketing, I think your audience target is harder to hit. You know, like it's harder to get granular on your audience with TikTok because it has such a larger reach with the algorithm. So I have a hard time viewing TikTok as a marketing tool, but more as a content creation additional stream of potential revenue. But
I get what you're saying with that, but for the amount of TikTok shop ads from content creators that I see, like affiliate ads, they're selling something from the TikTok shop or whatever. Yeah. I mean, that's more than just content creation, isn't it? That's not the route you have to go. Yeah. So you can sell and just there's the straight content creation.
James Nundy. So now you know guy. Often has bodies wrapped up in garbage bags behind him. Justin, thank you.
Justin,
you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like he has his own shop of his own shirts and stuff. But that's not how he started. That's not how he made money on TikTok originally.
No.
So you're still getting, just like with Facebook, you're getting paid on time spent on your videos type of thing.
Yes.
So the more time spent, the more your payout is. Like I have a 6 cent. Thank God it didn't shut down because I have 6 cents sitting in my TikTok balance that I haven't gotten out yet. So I mean, it's the same thing, you know. So as long as you're creating content that's engaging and people watch, you don't have to do that other stuff. That's extra money, you know, for them. There's a guy from the UK that did his whole thing was making recipes from cookbooks from like the 1940s
Mhm.
and making those recipes and stuff.
Yeah.
He has had a #1 New York Times bestseller and 2 cookbooks since he started his TikTok.
But look at the
You know?
potato guy over in the UK too.
Yeah,
Like-
and he's not selling anything, you know.
He's just selling
Yes,
his own. His, you know, his
Yeah, so yes, it kind of works like market. Like if I go over to an area that he's at, like if I'm vacationing,
yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh, it's the guy from TikTok. I'm gonna go to his truck, but it's not like, you know, I'm making a trip there just to go see him.
No.
And we get a younger clientele every year. We need to be where they are. Agree, but kids aren't on TikTok. So here's the evolution.
What
They're
like
not.
kids?
Kids aren't.
Like
So here's
what-
the evolution
what-
of every social media.
What age?
Every social media starts young. So you get the teens, preteens, teens. And then parents get on to monitor their kids. And then it starts to age up. And then the kids that were there, you're not getting new kids in that age group joining. Like look at Facebook. Facebook was designed for college kids, right? It's not the cool app, right? So Musically, we talked about Musically last week, and TikTok bought Musically. Musically was designed for kids. That's what that whole app was for. TikTok originally used to be majority kids. People got worried because it was going to be used for sex, just like Snapchat, because there were so many young people on it. And as it starts to age older, people get that, you hit that cycle of people are worried now because it's predatory, because now you have all these older people on a kid's app. And then it starts to go, and then all of a sudden, everybody is on it is our age. The majority of TikTok is our age,
Yeah.
the 30 to 50 group. So the next thing will be the same way, and it works. It is so consistently that cycle with every social media. So yeah, it's yeah. So while I agree, yes, we have to be where but those young eyes aren't there right now. They're somewhere else. Snap has actually started to trend back younger. Interestingly enough. So, but yeah, I think so. When you look at what you're going to post on TikTok, for us originally it was like, oh, we could post on like our weekly menu and stuff, and maybe hit some new people. But it doesn't target well enough. So now I'm looking at it like, okay, that doesn't work. So now let's just have fun. And this is what all the big brands have done with TikTok. It is now their outlet to have fun,
Yeah.
to be the lighter side of their business, which is a huge, huge, huge leap from 20 years ago. You'd never see this happen. You know, I remember when I was at Midwest and trying to get them to create a Facebook page, a business page, and there was so much resistance to it. You know?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, my favorite TikTok from this whole thing, this whole shutdown thing, was Internet Explorer creating an account and saying, wow, this TikTok thing's pretty cool. You know, they finally caught up. Yeah, it was awesome. So yeah, it's I'm taking a content class to see if we can figure out how to better create.
Please hold.
Holding.
Please hold.
Wow. The pound's going crazy at Skippy's house. Oh, oh, oh. I haven't seen Justin Lodato on yet. So when you see this, Justin, I just want to show you. I don't know if we can see this. Because of the, I bet we can do it this way. Hold on. Nope, that's still not going to work the way I want it to. But so I do have my go live on TikTok, which is interesting because I'm nowhere near the requirement because it used to be 1,000. I heard they dropped it to 500. We're only at 300, so I don't know if they just opened it up to everybody to let everybody kind of go crazy for a little while. So yeah, everybody check their live on check their live on TikTok. See if you can go live now without the required followers. Skippy, come back. So yeah, anyways, got of course we've really tried and struggled with TikTok views and figuring out that algorithm. We're pretty good at Facebook. We can get ourselves in front of a lot of people, but the reels and the videos is where we've really struggled. So working on that, trying to get it's winter, so it's improvement and trying to figure out and try to get to those 100,000 views and if we can. Hey, do you have your phone with you?
I do.
Are you check your TikTok? You're on TikTok?
Uh-huh.
I have access to live now on my phone.
I've always had it on my phone.
You can actually go live on TikTok.
Oh, I have. Sorry. Let's see.
So hit your plus button.
Okay.
And hit live.
I do not have a live.
Okay. So I wonder. Yeah. So I wonder if they bumped. The rumor is that they've been bumping down the requirement for followers. It used to be 1,000. Lodato got in at like 500. And I only have 200. And I just got mine's available now. I got a notice from TikTok that said live is available again. So they must have had that shut down for a little while.
Yeah, that platform was down. Well, still had to be redone or something like that. But
yeah, I couldn't get into CapCut. And that's what really made me sad was that we lost CapCut with TikTok because ByteDance owns that too. But CapCut is great for the video creation stuff. So, but yeah, I have TikTok live now.
I only have 37 followers.
So interesting. That's awesome. It works great for us. So we'll be able to have more TikTok live videos coming soon. So
yeah, I saw he was doing a live from inside the trailer.
Yeah, he's been doing a good job with those. He gets a lot of them done.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, Justin says he's got an account with 480 follows. He can go live to. Did it just happen, Justin, or has that it been for a while?
Yeah, maybe that was.
I haven't checked in a little while on my live, but I know when we were still running the truck daily, we couldn't because I kept looking. So I don't know when that changed. Yeah, Justin thinks it just happened too. I do like on. So they changed this too. So on the chat, what are you doing with your camera?
No, my battery's dying on my damn iPad.
Oh, so for the comments, like it ranks now. I don't know if the people can see it, but I got rankings for the people that are on the TikTok live. So Justin is a number 2 right now. He's behind the cheeseless crust. So I bet you, Justin, if you hit that heart button a couple times, you might bump up to number 1. I mean, it's only 102 likes. I bet you if you do 100 likes yourself, you hop right up there. So yeah, anyways,
back again. Here we go. Just didn't want to die. If I would just got my damn webcam working, everything would have been fine.
Next week will be perfect.
There's no perfection in this world. We just only hope.
Perfection is unattainable.
Here we go.
So yeah, it's we'll
Hi.
Let me go get Spaghetti Monster.
I kind of want spaghetti right now.
Yeah, I don't know.
Um,
Linguini. So yeah, like I was telling everybody else, we have really struggled with the algorithm, with TikTok, even like Facebook Reels and stuff. Outside of getting that reach outside of our followers, it has been tough. We're better with Facebook than we are all the other social medias, just because I've been using it for so long. Thanks for the follow, Spaghetti Monster Food Truck.
Look at that.
And for me, it's just understanding the algorithms. Once I understand the algorithm, what it's looking for. Oh, that is you? I didn't realize. I forgot it. Silver Spoon was on the catering. I forgot that's Justin. That's his catering arm of his company. Anywho,
speaking of monetization,
yep. Oh yeah, your hot reel that you had.
My current monetization the last 28 days is $53.76 on Facebook.
Awesome, buddy.
Yeah. Anyway.
But you know what? So for those that are, content creating, and so you replicate that every day, let's say, so you got 30 days. That's $1,500.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, that's not money you could scoff at. That's 14 grand a year. If you can be consistent with that, and sure, you're not going to retire, but it's nice to have the money, right? And that's kind of where we're at. Some supplemental income. How many accounts do you have, Justin?
Enough.
Well, I'm guessing Band of Blue Alumni Club is also him. So anyways, yeah, it's trying to figure out that when yeah, it'd be interesting to see if this if we can apply what the class has and see if it works. So the Band of Blue Alumni Club says Silver Spoon caters our Hall of Fame reception. They do great.
Sure they do. Sure they do real good.
I don't want to know what the travel fee for them to come up to us would be.
Or you to go to them.
Yeah, either way. I guarantee you we can do it for less.
Yeah.
I
think I've said that a couple of times.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna focus on some more reels, Instagram reels and stuff. Just so we're better prepared for Band of Blue Alumni. They don't charge us.
That's probably the best.
Just like all the main creators on TikTok, they're on all the other platforms. The loss of revenue for them is real, and would be immediate, while other people figure out which platform they want to then consume their content on. But yeah, it's not like they weren't ever the places, and that's what you should do. And that's what makes, if you're going to commit to this kind of stuff and do this stuff, and it's a full-time job, even if you're only posting once a day, it's still, and got to keep up on what's new and what's not trends, but really just creating good content and keeping up on what the new social medias are incoming, because there's always a couple out there. The next big one is already out there. It's just a matter of which one. So yeah, at Thursday, Friday, I spent a lot of my downtime going over and I created accounts on every social media out there that I don't have an account on already. Even if I don't post to them, my name, I locked in our handle on all those accounts.
Just because it's there now.
Yep. So it's there, it's ready. If that starts to take off, then we'll head that way. But yeah, that way, and trying to keep those handles the same on every platform. So it's easier than for, we can just say, find us on all social media at Sweet Rex Smoking Butts
Yeah.
or SRSB_barbecue. And unfortunately for us, our name is so GD long that some of these new social medias now have caps where you can only be 10 characters or whatever.
You
He
just
says he
don't,
just has 4 accounts.
you just don't want to be known as Sweet Rex.
Yeah, and that's what our Facebook is, Sweet Rex Barbecue.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to go with SRSB_barbecue kind of going forward, but not everybody takes underscores.
True.
So then it's SRSBBBQ. And people already struggle with our email address having the back-to-back S's between Rex and Smoking. But whatevs. Skippy, what else you got for today?
I was gonna save this to the end.
We're
so
there.
I even talked to you about this.
Oh no,
No, it's not
you're dying.
you, but no.
This is your last episode.
No, you can find a better co-host.
I got that.
Nobody put up with your shit. Anyway, I want to make it known that anybody in this business, you have to have thick skin. You have to be able to take criticism. And you have to be able to, and we're kind of just bringing it down. You have to be able to not always know what the right thing to do is, but just trust your gut. The other thing is worry and always keep a good track of your mental health. I missed the first half of the Lions game because I basically had a little bit of a breakdown between my daughter leaving and all this other stuff and all this restaurant stuff and like whether it's going to work and all the stress I've been under. I just never took time for myself to kind of process it. So process things. Make sure whatever you're doing is you just leave time for yourself. That's all. Just leave time for yourself.
Hey man, if you're not giving yourself an anxiety attack at least once a year, you're not pushing yourself hard enough. In my opinion. I mean, do something every day that scares you.
Last 2 months I've been pretty scared, but leave time.
All right, everybody. Oh, sorry about
make
time for you. Yeah, absolutely. Take care of yourselves, everybody. And that's we're gonna wrap that up on that. Do you have the suicide hotline ready for everybody? We'll pop it up there for you. All right, everybody have a good week. We should be back this time next week. Yes, same time.
Bat channel.
Absolutely. Everybody have a good week. Stay warm out there. Stay safe. Peace out, homies.
Bye.
Thank you, Cheeseless Crust 811.
Is that him too?
Thanks, guys. We'll see you guys later. And all the streams are ended.